name's Jory Chambers, I'm 33 years old and I've been training now for the last 20 years or so. My training consists of mainly weight training, occasionally I play sports like football, rugby, athletics, but today we're going to learn about real athletes, a Paralympic athlete who actually trains in this Manchester Aquatic Centre, so let's get in, see what real training is all about. I was talking to my friend Carlo about how I was training from time to time and struggling actually, so missing a couple of sessions. And he mentioned this young man, this young athlete, who's actually training to be in the Olympics, but not just the normal Olympics, they're Paralympics. So let's go meet him. Simon, good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too, how's things? All right?
Very well, yeah.
So, the Manchester Aquatic Centre, great place, great facility for training for sports like yourself. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, Manchester Aquatic Centre, Commonwealth pool, built specifically for the Commonwealth Games, opened in 2002. Right. And yeah, it's a great pool. It's got two 50-metre pools, one upstairs, one in the basement, which we'll be going down to shortly. Okay. And I'll show you my stuff. Yeah. And a 25-metre pool in the diving pit, yeah. Right,
okay. So, tell me about the public, because do the public get to use this pool?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great pool. You can come in with your kids. There's family sessions, fun sessions. As well as intense club training, all sports, diving, synchro, water polo, right. And there's an extensive gym which is very well used as well.
Oh, okay, so the gym here as well? Yep. Sounds like a very busy place.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So is it up here where you train? Or?
Yeah, up here I train 9 times a week and I also work here for C.R.CO, who run the building. Monday to Friday is a lifeguard and a cleaner. So
oh, okay. Sounds good. Sounds like if you train downstairs, I'd like to see that really. So should we go and have a look at that?
Sure, we'll go down there now and we'll get in. Hey?
Let's do it. So whereabouts are you taking me now?
Yeah, we're going down to the basement pool now.
Okay.
Let's go and get wet. Let's show you some swimming.
Good, good. I like a plan. So 9 times a week. That's some serious training.
Yeah, that's what you got to do if you want to compete with the best. You know, so it's a full-time program.
Yep.
And I love every minute of it.
You know, it's good. It's good. When I think about my own training 3 times a week, but obviously 9 times, that's a hell of a lot better.
So you ready to get in the water?
Yeah, I guess so. Give it a go.
This is my paddle that I use when I'm swimming. Okay. I put it over my right arm, and it gives me like extra pull, like I would if I had a hand.
Yep.
And that's it, really.
Right. Okay.
So you think you can keep up?
Give it a go. Doubt that, but let's give it a try. Eh?
Sure.
Cool.
Hey, so how was that?
Tiring. But it's good now, it's good.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah, you're quick.
Thanks.
So Simon, that was a nice session we had then.
Yeah, enjoyed it, yeah.
So is that the normal day-to-day? Tell me a little bit about the Simon Miller Commonwealth silver medalist, what people don't really know about yet.
Just you want to know about my day-to-day
Day-to-day, yeah.
Well, you know, I get up at about 5:10. Just, you know, the extra 10 minutes in bed makes all the difference, and have a bit of bite to eat, right. Some fruit or something like that, or some toast, you know, just before I come to the pool. I don't have a car, so I live on a direct bus route just to the pool here, so okay. Get on the bus with my training buddy, because I live with him as well, and right. Get in the pool for about 6. Right. We're in the pool for about 2.5 hours, wow. 2.5 hours or so, and then we do a bit of light land work, you know, some push-ups or some abs work, yep. And then a good stretch off, you know, that's really important at the end of a session, to stretch your muscles out ready for the next one. Yeah. And I pop home, you know, I've got like an in-between time there between work and after training, where I kind of have to do all my errands and stuff, you know. Yeah. So shopping, you know, I've got to get the food in and stuff like that. And maybe, you know, talk to my mum once in a while. And so then I also go back to bed as well. It's all good to recharge the batteries for a couple of hours, and then I'm back here for work at 1 o'clock. Wow. At the pool.
Busy day then, really. Yeah.
And in fact, I'd just like to mention the company that run the Manchester Aquatic Centre, C.R.CO, they've been very supportive of me as an athlete. You know, let me fit my work hours in around my training schedule.
So it's all very well that you can go in the pool for 2.5 hours,
obviously that's the level of fitness you need to develop. Is there anything else you do for aerobic exercise, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, like we just were on the treadmills and the cross trainer there. I do. It's good to keep. There's two types of fitness really. I mean, you can be super fit on the treadmill, not very good in the water. You can be good in the water, and not great on land. And it's good to keep a balance. You know, change the kind of aerobic workouts that you do up. And yeah, I do a bit of running and cross training before sessions, about 15 to 20 minutes before a swim is good. And just to get the heart rate up. You know, get your muscles all warmed up.
So do you tend to mix it together, like a bit on a treadmill, a bit of weights?
Yeah, a bit of treadmill, a bit of weights. And when we talked about the cross trainer, it's really good for people with like knee injuries or joint problems, because it's a low impact kind of exercise. So you know, if it does hurt your knees, like running on concrete or on a treadmill or anything like that, cross training is a really good exercise for people with dodgy joints.
Is there any sort of exercises you feel directly help you out when you're in the pool?
Yeah, I mean, I've got very, very specific gym sets that it's not all about, you know, lifting big weights and looking good in certain things. It's about doing exercises that directly influence what you're doing in the pool. So yeah, there's a lot of that goes on as well. There's a lot of thought going into it.
Which is good. So in terms of training, I tend to train like 3 times a week, play football, sometimes twice a week as well. Obviously I can see you do a lot of training as well. How's that? What do you actually do in the pool? How many lengths?
Well, it really varies on what we're doing. Each session has a specific aim, whether it's just for an aerobic workout, burning some calories, or specific skill work, you know, slow skill work to get those skills right for racing, or if we're doing flat out max swimming, you know, to really bust the gut and you know, move that swimming on. Say, you know, sessions can be from 2,000 metres up to 7,000 metres, and at the top end you're talking, you know, over 4 miles of swimming in one session. So bearing in mind, you know, I train 9 times a week just in the water, let alone in the gym and stuff. It's a fair amount of work.
Sounds like it. I struggle to run 4 miles, never mind swimming, but fair play to you.
I mean, that's what it takes these days to be the best. Everyone just, it's like a full-time job basically now. To try and get the best out of yourself. There's so many people doing that amount of work that to even come to their standard and beat them, you need to up your game and do that kind of work to be that good.
So this is where you train, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you actually train then?
Well, when I've got dumbbells and stuff like that, there's obviously some things I can't do.
Yeah.
That, you know, require 2 hands to pick up. So I've just kind of modified stuff really. And I've got this strap when I tie a dumbbell to my arm, and it kind of you know, and off I go. So I'll just show you how I do it.
Pump your guns. Pump before you go out as well.
This is just kind of like a protection band, because I do get a bit of wear and tear on my wrist where I'm tying heavy weights to it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's fine. You're not messing about with the weights either.
I'm just showing off to you really.
Straight in for the 14k.
Yeah. So this is just a basic rowing strap that people tie stuff to the top of their cars with.
Yeah.
Just found it in here one day. And,
okay, so this is your own technique you've made up?
Yeah, it's just trial and error really. I mean, some gym sessions can last quite a while for me because it takes me a while to figure out how I'm going to do stuff.
Yeah. Now that, I thought this was some known technique. Something Simon special.
Yeah, very special.
Well, the gym people won't be moaning about you about dropping weights.
Yeah.
So we get more that in my place.
Off we go. Do you mind handing me that way I'm in there, please?
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. So I noticed you've got 2 different weights there as well.
That's right. Yeah, I have 2 different weights. So I usually get a heavier weight on my right side, just because it's my weaker side, obviously. Yeah. So trying to build up strength more, I put on a bigger weight on the right hand side, and I go slightly less on the left.
Right. Okay. How'd you find that's working for you?
Yeah, I mean, everything I do is always evolving. So if I find a better way of doing something, I'll change it.
Right.
And yeah, I've got a strength and conditioning coach, a gym coach that comes down every week with us and trains with us, and she's really good at helping me to devise different ways of doing stuff. So it's good to have other people's input as well.
No, it is. Definitely. That's how it is as well.
So about chins, you get to do those as well?
Yeah, I'll show you how to do the chins.
Sure, let's have a look at that.
Just grab the strapping in. Yeah, similar idea as to the dumbbells really. Just take the strap. It's all very precise. I mean, this is all very worked out over a long period of time. You know, I know exactly what I'm doing. So what I try and do is I try and keep symmetry. So I kind of judge where my hand would be if I had a right hand.
It's by the looks of things. Jeez.
Got myself in position.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. All my friends that say they can't do a pull-up now.
Hope they watch this.
Seriously.
Wow. And that's hard for me and my friends, to be honest. So I think I need to get them here and see how you're training and see how it really is done, to be honest with you.
So, how's the rain? Is this where you normally come for your food shopping?
Yeah, I come every now and then. I really like Asda. It's got a good selection of food, and I'm pretty hungry. So
no. See if you can teach me about Asda, because wow, right now, I don't even know where I tend to shop, to be honest. I think I normally leave that to the missus, but
yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Well, maybe I'll teach you a thing or two, eh?
Yeah, good man, good man. Wow, it's bigger than I remember anyway. Right, so I'll tell you what, we're out, so we're both hungry. You're going to get what you'd eat on a normal occasion like this. I'm going to get what I'll eat on a normal occasion and see how it compares, yeah? Okay. Looks like it's very different. So, let's compare and let's see what we've come out of Asda with.
Yeah, what have you gone for?
So I went for the Big M, sausage and egg McMuffin.
Sounds good, man, but I see you went for the orange juice.
Oh yeah, so I thought it couldn't be that bad, so I mixed the good with the bad, see what I could get. What about yourself?
Gone for a fruit smoothie.
Okay.
Get my 5 a day in.
Yeah.
And an egg sandwich with some wholemeal bread.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's not ideal buying a sandwich from a supermarket, but I think it's the best choice for the selection.
Yeah, that's good. So you got your protein, your vitamins in there, and I've got the grease. So that's good. Well, you got 2, yeah. Not messing about. So I can imagine nutrition plays a major part in your training routine. So how strict are you when it comes to diet?
Yeah, diet's extremely important for an athlete. It's not just about what you do in the pool. It's about how you refuel and recover your body so you can go again the next day or even the same day. So I am quite strict. You know, I stick to the more healthy foods. Get my 5 a day in. And you know, sometimes more than that, because I think fruit is a really great snack option. It's got all your really important vitamins and minerals in there for recovery. So as well as fruit, I'm on a probably quite a high protein diet, so I can my muscles can really repair themselves quite well after a training session. And it's important to get the carbs in there as well, and the right kind of carbs, so my energy levels are good for the next session as well.
So do you eat no junk food?
Well, I think it's really important to remember that you take everything in moderation. I think you can't be too strict 100% of the time. Your body needs every now and then to have a bit of a blowout.
Yeah. I
think realistically, you know, we're all human beings. Every now and then, there's no harm having what you're having at McDonald's if you fancy it.
Yeah.
But just for an athlete like myself, just not all the time. I think that's important to remember.
I'm just trying to make myself feel a little bit better. No, it's good to see though. It's good to see that you train and you eat well. And I think, do you eat differently when you get closer to the events? Do you have like sort of periodization sort of periods?
Yeah, I think one of the common things that I remember that my coach telling me was that if you think of yourself in an athlete as a nice Ferrari.
Yep.
You know, Ferrari needs a specific type of fuel to perform well,
Yep.
and that's what athletes are essentially. We're machines. You know, we're trying to train ourselves to perform really well, so we've got to eat the right food.
So when you're training then, when you're not eating right, do you see a difference in performance?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm not a saint. I've eaten not as good as I should have done in the past, and it has affected my performance. So you know, I've learned from those mistakes, and it is really all about a healthy diet, just
In moderation, sort of thing, right?
yeah, and keep things in moderation.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. It's good to see that you train and you keep it up regularly. I think I might cut this out. You might have motivated me to get an egg sandwich and some strawberry smoothies as well. So sounds like a good idea. So Simon, why have you brought us out here? It's cold, man.
I like this place, man. It reminds me of back in school. It's a really big, wide open space, you know, right in the middle of Manchester. And yeah, like I say, it reminds me of back when I was in high school. And rugby was kind of my big passion in high school, along with swimming. And it was really between the two that I had to kind of choose what I wanted to go into, you know, take up seriously, really.
So what made you choose swimming over rugby?
Rugby and swimming were my two major passions in high school. I was a very sporty kid. I was into kind of everything, really. My mum just chucked me at every sport, and rugby and swimming kind of just stood out. And I think as I got older, I just got into swimming more because I had more of a natural talent for it.
Yeah.
And links into disability swimming clubs were just more available. So I kind of got into swimming more that way, and I really enjoyed it as well. So I kept going with it.
So is it mainly swimming you do now? Do you still tend to dabble in a bit of rugby, or is it just focused on swimming now?
Yeah, just totally focused on swimming. I'd love to do another sport part-time, but swimming just requires so much dedication to be at a top level that I can't afford to really do anything else. Plus, I don't really want to get injured in rugby, you know.
It is a rough sport, to be fair, so no, I don't blame you in that sort of way, to be honest. No, it's good. It's a nice team which you've brought us to. Obviously, it's a beautiful place. So how do you cope in school then? You described yourself a bit of an all-rounder, so how do your disability affect you in sports?
I kind of, well, I was born with my disability, so I kind of, it wasn't any different to me to any other kids. I just did everything to the best of my ability. I was born with this disability, and I tried to not let it affect me in any way. I just saw myself as normal. So I just got stuck in, really, and did the best I could with everything. And it just so happened that I was very naturally athletic, and just kind of took to sport. You know, I'm a very outdoor person.
Yeah. So I'm quite competitive in my sports, and I tend to want to be the best all the time. How did you cope with your disability when it came to things like rugby and football and things like that, really?
I think the competitiveness just comes out in you, and like I say, I just did everything to the best of my ability, and because I happen to be just naturally athletic, and I took to sport really well, and yeah, I just gave it my all.
Do you feel like you could still compete with the likes of people playing rugby, or do you find yourself behind slightly?
Yeah, I never let anything get me down. To be honest with you, I never even thought of myself as having a disability.
Good.
And a lot of the time, the other kids, you know, they totally forgot about it. And many times, like, I'll be past the ball and I drop it, you know, sometimes because I only got one hand, and everyone just used to laugh it off, and we just used to carry on. So not a big deal, really.
No, that's good. That's good. So why Manchester? I mean, after all these years, and it's not exactly close to home, right? Is it?
No, I am a Southern boy. I grew up in West Sussex in a town called Shoreham by Sea, which is near Brighton. Yeah. And I came up to Manchester primarily to swim because of the great pool facilities and that they had to offer. And in fact, when I first moved to Manchester, Rusholme was one of the first places I lived in, you know, on this very street.
Right.
And it does look a bit run down, but you've got this fantastic park view opposite.
So tell me about this park. Why have you brought us to this park? Is this something that you've done from a young age? Go to parks and...
Yeah, I'm pretty outdoor going, so I really like just getting out and about.
So tell me about growing up then, from the past, what you did from a young age.
I grew up in quite a big house with my mum and my dad, and I was surrounded by pets, lots of pets. Used to have, I think it was 3 dogs, 7 cats, wow. Lots of fish in a big pond, and just that's why I think I've got a love of animals today. Right. And unfortunately, when I was 3, my parents split up, and it made things quite hard because we had this big house that my mum was paying. She she was a school teacher, so really to keep me accustomed to what I was used to, you know, so I could keep carrying on my sport through school. We took on lots of lodgers in our big house, and just to pay the bills really. So I got used to growing up with lots of different people from all sorts of backgrounds and ethnic origins. So in a way, it was a really unique but kind of good upbringing. Yeah.
So tell me more about money. Makes out like times were quite hard for you, obviously, when your mum and dad broke up with money and things. Tell me a bit more about that.
Yeah, eventually had to downsize house, move into a smaller place, and I think really my mum was the driving force behind what kept me going in sport. You know, she wasn't a pushy mum, but she was one of these parents that just wanted to because I was about a very like energetic kid. She just wanted to wear me out basically. So at the end of the day, I'd go to sleep. So she put me through all these sports, and she realised, you know, that I did have a talent for swimming. So she was a great driving force that kept me interested in swimming. Oh, that's great. And you know, like they say, behind every great athlete, there's a great mum. So
well, there you go. Someone's got to drive in the right direction. Mothers tend to do that. So at what point did you decide to take swimming seriously then?
I think it was when I was training with my local club when me and my mum moved to Littlehampton. It was an able-bodied club, and I trained with them. It wasn't exactly serious. It was more of a hobby at that point. But I managed to swim to a level that meant I qualified to come up and train with the GB squad up in Manchester. And you know, I heard about all these great facilities that you know, I could train full time and become a full-time athlete. So I decided to make the move. Wow, good. Do you still look back? Do you think that's the right decision you made, looking back? Definitely, Manchester's a great place. And you know, even if I wasn't swimming, I think I'd still live here because I like it that much. Good.
So I tend to live by the law, and to be honest, I do it quite often, where work hard, play hard. Seems like you're working very hard. So where's the life come from? What do you do to, you know, let loose, enjoy yourself, enjoy life, rather than training and working? Well,
you know, I've got to say, with the diet, like I said, moderation. You can't just live in this little bubble like all your life. You've got to go and have some fun. Life is about an experience. You know, it's not just about, you know, the great saying. It's not just about the destination. It's about enjoying the journey as well. And I do enjoy the swimming, but it's important to have a social life as well. I think working here gives me a good circle of friends, and you know. Every now and then, I don't think my coach will mind me saying, like, after a big competition or after a big meet where you deserve to go and have some fun, just go and relieve, you know, let off some steam and go and have some fun, you know. And there are some places in Manchester I do like to go.
That's good. So which places do you tend to go to the most?
Well, I live in Fallowfield, so I tend to go to Fallowfield quite a lot and venture into town every now and then.
Okay. Whereabouts in town? Tend to go near Deansgate, the Printworks?
Yeah, Deansgate, Printworks, all the major, you know, the hotspots. Manchester's got a really good nightlife, so I really like. That's one of the reasons why I like Manchester so much.
We should go and have a look. We should go and see where you tend to train and where you tend to go and party and have a drink, and let's go and have a look at them places. Long memories. So this is where you used to come out then, eh? Or you used to come out?
Yeah, I mean, this is a big part of Manchester's nightlife, Printworks.
Okay.
And yeah, I like to come out here, socialising with friends and stuff. And every now and then, you know, come out for a bit of a celebratory drink, maybe, you know, if the competition's gone well.
So it's not every weekend; it's more.
Nah, you know, like I said with the moderation, you know, drinking and being an athlete doesn't really go together, because at the end of the day, whether you're training or not, you're an athlete 24/7. So in the past, you know, I have made that mistake, and it's, you know, it has cost me, and I've learned my lessons. You know, every now and then it's not too bad. You know, after a major competition, you know, celebrate your success. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know, there's been plenty of time I've been out with mates, just been on the orange juice. You know.
Right.
It's just good to socialise. You know, get out there and have a bit of a life as well.
No, that makes sense. To be fair, it's not too much. It's not affecting your training too much, which is the main thing.
No. Like I say, in the past, you know, I did learn my lessons, because I did go out and I partied a bit too hard when I had a bit of money. And it just shows it doesn't go well with training at all.
Hungover for a competition, 2 days' time isn't great, is it?
It's not good. You can't train and be a full-time athlete like that. You've got to stay true to your cause, and you know, think about your goals and what you want to get out of it. And you know, partying too hard ain't the way to go.
Well, Simon, you're a true professional, mate, and a good example to set for the others out there. So, for those watching, take notes. So, what are like your short-term and long-term goals then, really, for training and everything?
Well, you know, short-term goal has got to be qualifying and, you know, making that all-important GB team for the Paralympic Games in London. You know, London, it's your home games. It'd be really great to compete there, and I'm looking to final, possibly get on the medal table. I think I'm capable, especially with the swim I did in Delhi 2 years ago in the Commonwealth Games, which earned me that silver medal. I think I'm in with a good chance. So that's really my short-term goal, and along with the long-term goal, I've got to think if I don't make the games, I'm still going to carry on swimming. There's all to play for next year. There's the World Championships. I've got the Commonwealth Games again in 2 more years in Glasgow. So there are other competitions if worst comes to worst, but I'm prepared for anything. So.
And within your sport, when do people tend to peak and retire from there?
Well, being a short distance sprinter, late 20s, early 30s, so I've still got a good few years of me yet.
Yeah.
And I haven't thought about retirement. I think it's a long way off yet. I have got my eyes on at least the next 4 years to Rio. But I have had some thoughts about the time and what I do. Probably keep my hand in swimming. Give something back to the sport. I think that's always a good thing. So that's it.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's have a look a bit more at the print works, and well, I can send you on your way. So it's been an emotional journey, really, hasn't it? It's been some journey.
Thanks for thanks for taking the time to come and follow me and find out about what I'm doing.
No, you're more than welcome. To be honest, it's been good to really get the ins and outs of how you train and the difference between an amateur and a professional. You've taught me a lot, and I'm sure once this goes live, you can teach a lot of people a lot. So wish you all the best in the future. Hope to see you in the Paralympics the next time we're watching, and bring us home a gold medal. So all the best for yourself.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, and keep training.
Tava parada sem ter o que fazer. Sentei no sofá, pensei em você. Peguei o violão, toquei um som qualquer. Deixei ele me levar e fui seguindo a maré. Jardim sem flor, bolo sem café. Arco-íris sem cor, limousine sem chofé. É assim que eu me sinto, longe do seu amor. Se quiser me encontrar, você sabe onde eu tô. Uma parte de mim se foi com você, e agora eu sofro por